going into too much detail, you know.
Why can't you do it on Facebook and Twitter? Like, that's what I do. I think. Oh man, I don't want another thing to be on. Like, another thing.
A lot of people, unfortunately, a lot of people see social media that way.
Like someone asked me today, you should be on Snapchat. I was like, I don't want another thing.
I try Snapchat.
And then someone said, get your balls off.
Mate. Yeah. Stop sending pictures of your balls. No, that was my mum.
She took over your Facebook the other day. That was so funny.
Oh, yeah. Well, I do work in the same building as my mum.
Yeah, you got to stop that, mate. Whoa.
Oh, look, you know the funny part? I know all her login details. I set up all her accounts. So if I really wanted to be that nasty guy, but I'm not. My mum's a rad lady and, puts up with a lot of my shit most of the time. So
cool.
If she... And do you know the funny part was, though? The 3 or 4 posts she made while I was out for a couple of hours actually got more responses than any of my regular posts. It was just like everybody reveled in the fact that my mum was in control of my shit for a couple of hours.
I actually put something on there and then I felt bad and I took it off. I said, hey, Leigh, meet me tonight at the gay nightclub, Hot Kebabs, big guy. And then someone commented, I went, oh, what am I doing? I took it off.
I did have to have that discussion with my mum. Yeah. She said, oh, I really think I should have a Facebook account. And I'm like, oh, righto. Well, I'll put it to you this way, you know, like you can be we'll be friends and stuff. But if you go digging, you're probably going to see things that you didn't really want to see.
Yeah. And they will.
And on a daily basis, you're probably going to see things that upset you.
Yeah.
But I'm happy for you to be there, you know, like. It's kind of funny. She's can't say a lady's age, but you know, she had me, so she's getting there, and she's kind of embracing it, and she's definitely communicating with a lot of people a lot more regularly. Which on that side of things, I don't think is a bad thing, you know.
Oh yeah, but you don't want to trust me, man. I set up my old man and I put him on there, and then I forgot that he was on there, and he does what the most old blokes do.
Yeah, just having a read.
They're on there every day and they read all your stuff. But he called me over one day, and I won't say the chick's name because she's got a really obvious name. He said, who's that? I went, what are you talking? That's a good friend of mine. He goes, and he took so personally that she was, we're good mates. She was just taking the piss out of me. So, but he took it he got so angry. Like, he was like, she was putting down our name as a family. I'm like, dude, you are off my Facebook. That's it. You're gone.
Look, it's kind of funny. Mum struck some really funny friendships with some of my mates. Just from, you know, chit chat on the internet, which is pretty funny, you know, like she's, super inquisitive about my world because my world's, you know, not the ordinary, I suppose, you know, so it's a funny thing. I like to leave it at that. It's just a funny thing.
Okay.
No, it's all good. It's interesting seeing that next generation really get a hold of it. I mean, I'll give you a funny example. I do press and media and stuff for an Aboriginal elder out at Dubbo, Uncle Frank, Riverbank Frank. You can look him up on Facebook. He's a bloke that very rarely knows how to use his old Nokia phone that's still only got a black and white screen. Well, I think it's slightly colour, but when he sends you photos, they look black and white.
Racist. No, that's
so
just a joke.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Uncle Frank's got an amazing sense of humour and stuff. But
my wife's Japanese, so we're always playing this
continually.
Great jokes at home. Yeah, it's good.
Trying to explain to a 60-plus Aboriginal elder that lives in a couple of derelict caravans on the side of a river in Dubbo what the internet's about and why you should have a Facebook page and how that interaction is with people on Facebook, you know, and it's been a learning curve, you know, and it makes you realise just how much of a rad communication tool all social media can be if used the right way. Yeah. Going back to your whole negative spin on things, you know, I think if everybody was just positive with what they did and said on social media, we'd all be probably better off anyway, you know.
You know what I'm finding out now, mate, because I handle social media for the company I work with, is that if anyone jumps on, you know, just say a year ago, if someone was to jump on to one of the companies you deal with and say a negative comment, of course you go, whoa, we've got a hot one here. Yep. Someone's made a complaint about this company. But you sort of forget that there's 50 people out there that go, what's this wanker on about? You know, like people will instantly, not to defend the company, to go, oh, he's having a bad day, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like, you know, so right what you say, you've got to actually just constantly be positive, because if you are negative, more chance people are just going to go, you're having a bad day, man. You're just being you know, you should really delete it.
Because the Summernats Facebook's got like 150,000 plus people on it. If they don't like anything, you find out really quickly. And the trolls, some people just can't be happy, man, you know? And we've got a company policy down there that we don't really retort to any of the negativity. If it's a true issue, you know, like you get a lady on there, oh, my name's Shaz, and me and Barry are at the Summernats today, and there wasn't enough water and not enough shade. And it's like, well, it's Canberra. It's the middle of summer. It was a forecast day for 38. Yeah. Why didn't you bring a hat and some water?
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
We don't stop anybody from bringing closed water into the event, or a hat or sunscreen. Yeah. But they wait until they've been there all day, had a skin full of grog, hot, dehydrated, and then they come to the internet and start going, you guys don't provide enough services.
And give it 1 star out of 5 or something.
Yeah. To which we just basically go, we're so sorry we haven't accommodated your needs, and we'll see you next year, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
but there'll be 20 people out there going, oh, listen to what she had to say. Yeah. I thought it was great.
Dickhead, you always just go to the bar and get another Jack Daniels.
Yeah. You know my point of view on that, because I've had on this podcast now twice Cindy Jensen from Buskers by the Creek, who just started a festival on the coast. And I was trying to explain it to her, and it's exactly like the Quickie Pro. These are free festivals.
Yeah.
Obviously, Summernats can't do that, but the difference in being a human, you go along to the Quickie Pro, everything's free. You're like, this is just beautiful. It's great. So, but people are different. As soon as they pay for something, and it's something
level of expectation changes.
Yeah. Oh, not enough toilets near my bum. You know. Yeah. Isn't it funny how we are?
Yep.
Like with the bicycle helmet laws, just drive me nuts because. But the reason they drive me nuts is because they turn those people into policemen.
Yeah.
They automatically
put your helmet on. Thanks, mate.
There's a friend I know around here. I can't say her, but geez, I'd love to. She's smoking a ciggy in front of her kids going, and I'm riding my bike with my little boy in the front. He's got a helmet on. I don't have a helmet on. She's going, it's just into me about not having a helmet on my head. And as she's drawing out her cigarette, blowing it in her kid's face, she became the policeman because she knew, you know, she's a sweetheart. I'm not.
You know, I do have one pet hate in the world, and reformed ciggy smokers are always the worst, they tell me. But I'm not down for people smoking in cars with kids.
Of course not.
And I see it all the time, man. And I'd like to just say it's a Narang thing, but it's not. You know, it's widespread throughout the whole country. People would still rather lecture you about wearing a helmet on your bike. But they'll have a durry with their kids in their arm or in the car, and you're
but no, they do the blow away. They blow it to the side.
Piss off, mate! If I can smell it, it's in my lungs.
Did you ever smoke ciggies? I did.
Yeah, I did.
I've probably had 2 full cigarettes in my entire.
Kudos
which is a freak, weird thing, you know. I've partied before. Don't worry about that. But still, my parents smoked. My sister smoked. Everyone smoked in my family.
Yeah. See, my dad was a fairly heavy smoker, I would say. Until the age of where my sister was old enough to screw up his durries and throw them in the bin every time she found them. Wow. And, that's what kind of stopped it at home. And then it was like, every now and then he'd have one at the footy or at the pub when he was out and about with the lads. But, it kind of was a bit of an eye-opener. And, you know, it's definitely a scourge on this nation as well, I think, you know. We're happy to make people sick and tax them for it.
Yeah.
Which
mate, and
I don't understand that stuff at all, you know.
And you obviously know how cheap they are worldwide still.
Like in Japan, so cheap, man.
$3.50 a pack.
Yeah. So how can you justify a $35 pack of Winnie Blues, mate? You know, like
it's nuts. It's really.
And imagine having that addiction when you've only got $30 or $40 spare for the week, which is 85% of the population. Yeah. You know,
it's really crazy, mate. When you got Formula One drivers who tour the world, live in Monaco, come to Melbourne and go, this place is expensive.
Yeah, and they're guys that don't care about cash.
They don't care about cash, but it really hits home like, wow, why are we, 26 million people, so expensive? And to do that to your own people, like, and, you know, $20 for an average pack of ciggies.
Yeah, I think I bought a pack of 20s for someone at a gig. Like, as a runner, you inevitably buy beer and cigarettes. I think the last pack I bought was maybe 25 or something like that for a pack of 20s. And I was just like, why would you? It's
Anyway.
Yeah, look, there's plenty of things like
I feel sorry for those people because I don't know.
Everybody's got a vice, I suppose. So.
But to think there's a kid starting right now, there's actually some teenagers as we speak starting.
I don't know. I think it's definitely becoming a minority. Like at music festivals, you definitely see it more than anywhere else, I think, because you've got such a cross-section of a population. The number of smokers in the crowd is definitely decreasing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess.
For sure.
Speaking of that, I still play in a cover band.
Yep.
There's no one in pubs. There's just no one goes to pubs, man.
It's too
if
expensive,
they smoke outside. So we don't actually get a lot of dancers. It's really changed the the industry of local stuff. Just for the fact, there used to be these sleazy.
I also think it's super expensive for a night out at the pub.
Yeah, $9 for a Corona at Atrium Bar the other night.
How's a man meant to have a good time at $9 a Corona?
And
Kenny B be rolling over. That's what I reckon.
Well, someone put it to me this way, man. And look, I'm a family man. Young kids at home. I'm a very good guy. I just want to put this out though.
Jeez,
but
was that your daddy voice?
It is. Let's go tell you right now, guys. But someone told me the other day that, they told me generally an ecstasy pill's $25, but they can get a lot cheaper. Was his exact words. So for $25, and then you've got which will last for 8 hours, and you dance with all the hot girls for.
Is that all it is? $25 and you dance with all the hot girls.
Well,
I'm in.
Imagine being an 18-year-old kid today. When I left school, it was just drinking at the Springwood pub. You just went down and smashed heavy drinks. They didn't,
Or the Edge at Broady for 50-cent drink night. You could spend $20 and have a real good time.
But they were our only choices, right? So imagine being a kid right now, going, okay, I can see all the dudes dance with the girls with the DJs over here, and they cost $25 or whatever.
I drink water all night,
and then you've got. Or we do what the older blokes doing over here and drink, $6 or $7 schooners. Yeah. I can imagine how they turn. It'd be tough. I'm not asking you to choose that. I'm just saying, imagine it.
Oh,
imagine it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely tough for the music industry, especially local musicians. I think to even get a foot up, But then that comes back to social media. There's so many bands being found through Triple J Unearth, SoundCloud, all those sorts of free, Bandcamp, all those sorts of free avenues that true music will still find fans. Yeah. I don't think pubs as venues are going to find music anymore. No. I think it's definitely a change of the guard a little bit. I think that small boutique festival that's going to get 1,000 kids or up to 5,000 kids is kind of where we're headed at the moment. It's the bands that can drive themselves there, so the promoters not having to pay for all the support staff, and it's
I'll tell you what, will never go away.
But there's still heaps of music.
Yeah.
More than ever. Like I'm really lucky that I'm connected with some crew in Sydney that are definitely the, I don't know, not the forefront of things in Sydney as regard to hip-hop, but they're definitely some solid players down there, and a couple of studios and guys that are just making it happen for themselves, and they're putting out film clips. They've got rad tracks on their SoundCloud, and they're not looking for record deals, man. They don't care. They're just making music, and it's really positive and energizing to be around those crew too,
I think you know what will never go away though, and I really saw it at Soundwave the other week. It just like kids' faces getting peeled off by just how unreal it is to play metal through huge speakers, and which is what you don't get every day of the week.
Yeah.
And just to be a kid, go, we go out to Surfers, we go to da-da-da. Next minute you're at Soundwave and you just watch Kill or Be Killed.
Yeah.
It's like,
which is
this internal thing though.
Max
it's like
Cavalera's new band, Kill or Be Killed.
Yeah. But this internal like, this is just too amazing. Like, so we need a guitar. That'll never
Yep.
go away.
Yeah.